With 100 miles already covered, Fred Dibnah has now reached the Lake District on his grand tour of Britain's industrial past.
My eldest son Jack's come over from the Isle of Man, you know, give us a lift on this trip. And really, where we're going on, I think we need all the help we can get. We've got Jimmy in the support vehicle behind us, you know, like we're stopping so frequently through lack of steam and won't go up hills. A pair of flashing lights behind is a must on country lanes like this. The Lake District isn't really an area that most people associate with our industrial past and heavy industry. But once upon a time, around Wookington and Barrow-in-Furness, you know, there were great industrial centres, and they mined iron ore by the hundreds of tons, and it was some of the best iron ore in all of England, you know. And alas, it's all gone now, you know. A bit sad, really. But while we're up here, we're calling on a mate of mine, Mr. Richard Ransom, who's also a fellow traction engine owner and steam engine enthusiast, to do a few running repairs, because it's giving me trouble, you know. I'm a bit disappointed in it.
The trouble is, in all the hurry to get the engine on the road, Fred didn't really have time to do all the fine-tuning he would have liked. So he keeps coming across these little problems that need to be sorted out.
It isn't steaming very well at all. I think the fact that piston rods, I think, it's my fault, you know, I put the cylinder block a bit too far forward. And I know for a fact that the piston, the high pressure piston, covers the portholes up when it's in the forward position, which means that, you know, when it's supposed to be working, the steam can't get at it properly, you know. So what I'm going to do is, when I get to Mr. Ransom's, I'm going to beg him to use his workshop and shorten the piston rods by about 1/4 of an inch.
Are you going to get to Dick's all right then?
Well, there's another big hill yet.
Fred knows some good steam engine men up here who he's going to be able to get some help and advice from. But he's got to get there first. Fred's engine is a 4-horsepower model, built to pull around 15 tons. But right now, it's struggling to pull 2.
This is ridiculous, isn't it?
Bottom gear job.
At least the scenery is good. It's time for a rethink. Fortunately, Fred's friend Dick Ransom has arrived, and he's got a plan.
Because we're a bit worried as to whether the engine would get the van up. So Dick's got one of his mates to come and rescue it, you know, pull it up with a Land Rover. Yeah. It's a bit of an insult to our engine, but...
Just a bit of insurance, Fred.
Well, when we get there, we're going to do some running repairs, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah. Make it well again.
Any man who never did it never took the risk.
There was a man, wasn't he?
When you think we had boiler in about 5 different pieces, 3 times, you know, before we finally riveted it together. We must have lost them at somewhere. Like. Anyway, I think, you know, if we do what we say, I think it'll be all right.
Well, we'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, you're right.
That's a bit easier, without the living van in tow.
Right, we just pull forward a bit, Jace, on your right now.
Very hard to back up a 4-wheel wagon. I didn't know that.
He's doing very well.
You're right now.
Yeah. It's been such a disappointing journey. we're going to have to, in the morning when it's cooled down, you know, take the cylinder end covers off and weigh up how much we can take off the end of the piston rod. And hopefully he'll help me. I know he'll help me, I know he will do that, because I've known him a long time. Something happened, we lost the nuts and they never got put back, you know, so I hope it's not. So, oh.
Never mind losing your nuts.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom.
That's all right, Mr. D.
God.
God bless you.
Have you got another crate full?
Yeah, I soon bought some.
Oh, good hell.
Good
Why
hell.
have you not got one?
I don't. I'm a bitter man.
Oh, all right.
I don't. I'm not a rich stout fella. Well, I am in stature.
Good hell.
Good health, Fred.
What, love? What, cock?
Moving it.
All right, so I'll get out your way then. Whoa, whoa, that's full forward. Now, you can see the port there, can't you?
Yeah.
But is it enough, you know? I don't think that's healthy looking, is it?
No, but you see what I mean? It's in that recess, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not healthy looking, no. It is, it's too long, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we've got to shorten, maybe leave this one.
Well, just about covering it up, isn't it?
I reckon about 1/4 of an inch easy.
Yeah.
It'll make it so the steam comes in a lot better than it is doing.
Just hold it there, Jack. Just back a bit. Whoa. Yeah, go on, Jack.
You know, we've got Roger coming, who's quite a leading authority
Oh,
haven't we,
absolutely,
on steam engines. He actually makes steam engines for rich people's steam yachts, you know, for Lake Windermere and everywhere else. Turn it back again, Jack.
Morning. Way, money.
Yeah? What have you found then?
We've got a problem.
You've got a nest in there, have you?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Can you lift me up then?
Right.
Do you think the
What?
whole crosshead, the whole
It is.
piston rod, the whole lot?
Yeah,
up
it's
this
too
way?
far
Look,
forward.
There is a slight clearance.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, but because you know, like
yeah,
bugger all, you know,
yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it works it.
Yeah.
If you put it in, if we're 200 on the clock,
Yeah.
and you open the regulator, it's even reluctant to start without the double I. Yeah, well, what do you think, Roger? You know.
Generally, it's not in bad condition. I'm a bit worried about the way the piston is covering the port opening in the cylinder, so that when the valve opens, there is no room for the steam to get through.
Yeah.
So what I propose doing is lending you a high-speed burr and machining a lot of the iron out of the cylinder round the port.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to go down to my boat. And if later in the day you fancy coming out for a run,
Yeah,
then,
I love that. Get me away from
I'll
this
sit away
thing.
and have
Yeah.
get something that works.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
It's
then.
nice to see you
Yeah,
anyway.
see you later, Roger.
Yeah. Bye.
Ta-ra. Good afternoon, Roger. Have you got steam up? Oh yeah, blowing off. Yeah. We're ready for our trip round the lake. All right.
Well, Shamrock, she was built in 1906 by shepherds of Bowness.
Yeah.
Wealthy families, such as, I think I'm right in saying that the families like Beatrix Potter's family used to come and take the castle for the summer season, and the boat would be part of the hiring. And then eventually Second World War came along, and the numbers of people that could afford to do this sort of thing had gone, and immediately after the war it had its lovely steam plant removed, it had a TVO engine fitted, and then about 10 years later it went one step worse and had a diesel engine fitted, and all this lovely boiler casing and everything was removed. The whole boat lost its dignity.
Yeah.
And until 1976, it was just lying derelict because nobody wanted to go out in an old-fashioned boat like this. You know, the awful 60s and 70s. You know, old was not wanted.
Wanted a white plastic
So
one.
it just laid around empty, no engine, no anything. It was just a hull. Roger obtained it, and it took 3 years almost to get the boat back into its original concept.
That's
we have
beautiful,
some
isn't it?
wonderful
This?
times, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is the way to go, isn't it?
It
I
is.
mean, the modern diesel is
Yeah.
very good, but it's not like this, is it? Yeah, I mean, there's really no sound at all, is there? There's no feel, there's no motion, there's nothing.
I believe you've finally mended my gramophone.
Oh, I did, but it isn't a gramophone, it's a phonograph.
Phonograph.
It's a 1905 Edison Gem Mark B phonograph, and it's clockwise, of course, and it's got a lovely aluminium horn. This is new, that's new. The cylinder is made of wax, it's also 1905. It's an Edison Bell cylinder. They were made in this country. Most cylinders you can get hold of are American, but this is English, you know, and we'll see if it'll go. That's not up to speed, but we'll soon see. Do you like it?
It's wonderful, yeah. Them lads who recorded that will not be around.
I doubt it. If they are, they'll be smelly, won't they?
Brilliant.
Did you like that? There we are.
Now back to work on the engine. Will the engine doctor be able to cure the problem?
Well, Roger's got his handheld milling cutter, and we're going to put a chamfer on the ports so that when the piston is, you know, in its full forward position, steam can come past the end of it. You know, we think it's a different piston that's too thick, and it's covering the port up, you know, when it comes forward. Maybe doing the same going backwards, you know.
Now for the big test. Is the engine going to work any better?
We're now off to Egremont and the last deep iron ore mine in Europe that still works. And when we get there, we should find out whether our running repair is a success. Go on, wind it.
The work of the engine doctor seems to have done the trick.
Iron ore production in Cumbria reached its peak in the 1880s, and there were over 300 iron ore shafts. Back then, the industry employed over 5,000 people in Cumbria.
We've made it.
Today, there's just 3, and they're at Florence.
Gilbert, do you see?
You come up the hill with the brake on again.
Oh, Fred, we've been waiting a couple of hours for you.
Yeah, well,
I'm pleased you got here. We're ready to go down the pit.
It's a long way from where we come from. I've forgotten it's too that long.
We've only got it downstairs for the last couple of days.
Yeah, but we've got here, that's the main thing. It don't like hills, this thing, you know. It don't like hills, there's plenty of them.
Well, I hope you like hills because we've got a cap lamp and a helmet
Yeah, I
in
know,
here
and a
for
big
you.
hill down underground, yeah. Have you got your incline railway going yet?
Yes,
The mine is still a commercial operation, and the ore they mine here is used to make pigments for the dye that goes into paints.
your heads in your backs down, lads. You know, we were a great big mining industry around here. We had about between 200 and 300 iron ore mines.
How many men?
Well, there would be, in this pit alone, at the start of the Second World War, there'd be 1,000 men.
This one pit?
Aye. In fact, we've got 11 shafts here.
Yeah.
And this is the site of number 3 Ulcourt shaft.
Yeah.
This one was sunk in 1905.
Yeah, when you were sinking this drift down, or you know, netting like this, how much powder would you use for, you know, advance or?
Well, you went for a 5-foot advance
Yeah.
every shift, and you would use 20 to 30 pounds of explosive, a fairly high explosive, and of course detonators. The men worked in companies, which would either be 2s or 3s, and their daily routine would be for the blast at the end of the shift, really for to get the fumes clear. We favoured spraying it into the air a mixture of compressed air, water and castor oil of all things. It's a great media for to kill dust. Yeah.
Castor oil, Keep you regular, that, won't it? Have you still got that exotic odour here, see? Yeah, look at them.
Oh, they're in fine growth there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Don't know whether we can harvest
Have
them.
you tried any in the pan?
And of course, this is where we come to the ore.
Yeah.
Remember as well, of course, that there were those 200 to 300 mines, perhaps all owned by different companies, and all selling to different ironworks. And they were vying with each other for quality and price. It was a very competitive area to be in, and a competitive industry to be in.
And this isn't a little steam engine down here. Machinery like this in the mine is powered by compressed air.
Right, well in here we've got our Atlas Copco loader.
Yeah.
It's powered by compressed air.
Well, it's lovely.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
It has a bucket on the front, and it loads into its own body.
Yeah.
And when it's full, we travel it back to the top of the ore pass, and we can tilt the body up. The rear door opens, and we tilt it so that the load drops into the ore pass. Marvellous machine, isn't it? It is that.
How old is it?
That's a good question. We first got them at Halemoor in '66, I would say. So it would be brand new in about 1966.
Vintage vehicle.
Yeah. All our ore went to be made into pig iron and then steel.
Yeah.
Some at Workington and some down at Millom, which was a one-industry town. Fred, come and have a look at this in the roof here. It's as good as an example of kidney ore you'll see anywhere in the world. Tremendous ore.
Magnificent.
All round here. 80% iron. Almost good enough for to make hematite jewellery out of. But it's a little bit like onion skins. See the thin layers? You need thick layers for to make good jewellery. We don't get much of it nowadays.
Well, you know, how is it formed that sort of style?
Well, I don't think we've solved how it has been
nobody
formed.
knows,
No, I don't think so. It just appears randomly in the body of the ore.
Yeah, there's tons of it around here, isn't there?
Well, there is, Fred, but we've got to leave it for the time being, I think.
Right. Is it back to the surface?
Have you got plenty of photographs, Derek?
That just finishes Fred's job up. He likes his brass and copper polished up nicely. And then later on we're going to get steam up and shoot off to Workington Steelworks, where all the iron ore from Florence went to. It was running better, I mean, it'll have a good trial today when we steam off to Wickington. I've a bit more to do yet before he comes because he likes to see it gleaming. Just wipe the paintwork over and then we're ready for off and getting it all dirty again. Ready for polishing tomorrow.
It's running very well, actually. On not reasonable level roads, it's all right, just when you come to a bit steeper. And it's like motor cars, you've got to change gear. Nice to see you here. We're now injecting. That means we're putting water in the boiler. When it's gone up about an inch, we'll set off. I'm ready for a pint of my tea.
Well, are you stopping at van tonight?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right. So,
Yeah.
so we're both stopping at van?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not bloody leaving it on its own.
Next morning, it's off to the steelworks to see where the raw material that was mined at Florence was turned into a product.
All the ore mined at the Florence mine came here to the Workington Steelworks, where it were converted by Bessemer converters into steel to manufacture railway lines. 95% of the UK's railway line were rolled here at Workington. And I don't think there's a railway in all the world that's not got Workington steel stamped on the side of its track.
Today, most of it is rolled in this modern computer-controlled rolling mill. But what Fred was interested in seeing was the old hand-rolling mill, which is still used for small, light and narrow-gauge railways.
So this is the last very small rolling mill in the country now.
Pretty ancient, man, isn't
It is very, very old. So this was driven by a steam engine, and this was taken out some years ago. But it still works, and we still get a good saleable product
Oh, yeah.
from this mill.
Where with the steam engine, isn't that right?
Yes, in the drive.
Very similar to what I remember when I was a bit younger in Bolton. And all, and
Was that all manual operation?
yeah, but they used to let me have a go, but it was bloody harder than it was.
Can I suggest that we go around to the front of the process and then we'll have a look at the slab. Come down to this door, down this chute. Lift it up again.
How long do these lads do it before they get a break?
Well, it tend to do about... He's off now, he says. But so they'll have like an hour on, then half an hour off, rotate around to an easier job to try and make sure that they're not all on the same job all the time.
What's in your bloody short there? They had couches in this rolling mill they were at. You were that nice.
You're very young to never been asleep like that.
Yeah, I know.
That's coming towards the end of this fight. This is the future in the sense of this is the 113 pound rail that we do for network rail. This is the future of making sure that we have good, consistent rail manufacturing.
Good for Great Britain.
That's right, look, Great Britain.
Like a great snake, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not a pub across road, there are about 4 bloody pubs.
Oh, there's one left. Yeah.
We can't
Only do it to orders, really.
Is he happy now? No, he wants to drink a cold water. In 1962, the steel industry employed around 5,000 people in Workington. Now there are just 200 employees.
Most of the old ways of working have gone forever. But down at a local pub, Fred met some of the former workers to find out what it used to be like.
That tool mill that you saw, where they're doing it by hand,
Yeah.
we always referred to it as number 2 mill.
We had a rolling mill in Bolton up till about 20 years ago. Right. And it was steam driven with a vertical steam engine. Your men had a rougher time. Still today, they had bloody couches and easy chairs. And when they'd done so many passes, they all like flopped into them. And they had a propeller off an aeroplane, written with a belt, going round and round, keeping them cool.
Now, we had the Solway Colliery, and it closed. And we lads, we worked in the Bessemer, in the steelmaking plant. And these colliers got a start in the Bessemer shop. And do you know how long they lasted? 1 day. And the reason was, it's too dangerous here. Oh. And I thought, these are miners who are working, what, 3 miles under the sea?
It's all them sparks.
Yeah, it was, Fred, that's right. Yeah.
It's quite frightening, really, isn't it, if you watch it. You know, if you realise what could happen to you, you know, if it went wrong.
Oh, you would be.
Yeah.
Well, I was one of a group who was injured in 1962 when this ladle of iron fell. This shackle had been used, which wasn't really supposed to be used. It was a bit like the straw that broke the camel's back. It was only a small emergency ladle with 4 ton in, but of course came down. And oddly enough, I was in charge of the job at the time, and I got knocked down in the rush. And you sort of automatically put your hands out to save yourself. And even though I was an under manager, if you like, I'd never been frightened to use a shovel, and I had fairly horny hands. And I remember the skin started peeling off like blotting paper, and I'd only had my first car about 3 weeks before, and I thought, oh Christ, I'm not going to be able to drive the bloody car.
Bloody hurts, doesn't it, you know.
One of the first jobs, the boys, when they came in the Bessemer at 14 or 15, was taking the sample from the pit side to the laboratory for chemical analysis. And what they used to do was, they'd a bent bit of wire, maybe about 1/4 of an inch diameter, and they used to carry it in that, you say. Well, this little chap, George Dickinson, you remember George, and he wanted a Jimmy Riddle, you say. So he's standing in behind tin sheets at pit side, and he has this bloody thing in his hand, and he happened to catch it, you say, and of course he burnt it. So he went over to the ambulance station, and he said, I've burnt my pencil. So they bandaged it up, but they didn't leave him a hole at the end.
Who's going to tell them? We've run out.
Well,
It's been a warm and dusty day with the steam machinery.
Are you driving? You don't drive, do you?
Why? I drive. Well, these two don't do that. They can only steer it.
I have to keep off the house.
Keep it in the dark.
Who's done all the bloody polishing? You?
Well, that's your job.
Now there's a long drive ahead as Fred and Alf head through the Scottish borders on their way from West Cumbria to Bowness on the Firth of Forth. They'll be visiting an iron foundry to find out more about the casting process and the foundryman's trade. And while they're in Scotland, Fred will be driving his engine over the Forth Road Bridge.